Hey guys, I'm going to be sharing with you on how to make brown sugar boba ice cream bars at home. Don't waste your money buying it at the store. You can whip it up in your own kitchen. First, you'll need to boil your water and cook up your tapioca pearls. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to cook tapioca pearls, go ahead and watch the video that I made about it. I'm going to link it right now up above and down below in the description box. Once the tapioca pearls are done cooking, go ahead and put them into a bowl of cold water. Also, don't dump the water from the pot because we're going to use it later. After 30 seconds in the cold bath, go ahead and transfer it into a dry bowl and add some brown sugar. Mix that well and set aside. Now to make the brown sugar caramel, I'm gonna boil equal parts of brown sugar and the tapioca water. I'm also gonna just throw in 2 black tea bags in there to give it extra tea flavor. In a cup of milk, go ahead and do the same thing. I'm gonna brew my tea bags with warm milk, and then I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna add this yummy concoction to our vanilla ice cream. Okay, but this is where I messed up. Make sure you watch to the very end so you can learn from my mistake. During this round, I was mixing my ice cream until it was melted completely. Not to mention that I just added some warm milk in there, which made it even more liquidy. But in my head, I was thinking the more liquidy it is, the more easier it will be for me to pour it into the popsicle molds, which was easier, but you'll see why that wasn't a good idea. And I'm sorry, I failed to mention earlier when you're making the brown sugar caramel that you're gonna heat it until it starts to boil and then remove it from heat and it'll get nice and thick like this. With that, you're gonna drizzle in your caramel. I try to aim for the top portion and allow it to drip just so it gives it that nice drippy effect once the ice cream bars are complete. Once that's complete, you're gonna pour in some of your vanilla ice cream. And you will soon realize where I messed up. Once I added some tapioca balls, I quickly realized that they were sinking all the way to the bottom. But I was like, it's okay if it's at the bottom. As long as they're in it, it'll be good, right? Wrong, and you will see why. Go ahead, keep watching, and try not to laugh too hard once you see how it turned out. At this point, I was so excited thinking, nailed it on the first try. I'm gonna pop it into the freezer, and in a few hours, I'm gonna come back to some perfect brown sugar boba ice cream bars. Actually, I think I froze this overnight, and I am now attempting to remove it from the mold. I was dipping it in some warm water to help release it, and womp womp. How ugly is this? Oh my god. But wait, I still had faith. I tried it out, took a bite, but then I realized I was eating rocks. They were rock hard, guys. That was mistake number 2. My tapioca pearls were not cooked long enough. Forgive me for spitting out my tapioca balls. I was just so over it at that point. It was a really sad day. But I didn't give up. I tried again with some changes. Correction number 1 is that I needed to overcook the tapioca balls so that they were extra soft, because when you put them in the freezer, they do harden. Also, to increase the tea flavor, I added that pearl juice to my warm milk. And number 3 correction is I did not mix my ice cream until it was fully melted. Instead, I tried to keep it as frozen but mixed in as well as I could. And this time I mixed in my overcooked tapioca balls inside of the ice cream and quickly scooped them into the molds. This way, the tapioca balls could stay in place, and now they are dispersed throughout the whole popsicle. I tried to work as quickly as I could so that the ice cream didn't melt. I was so focused on making sure those tapioca balls did not sink to the bottom. And it was looking pretty promising. I was very excited. I added in the stick and the cover, crossed my fingers, and threw it into the freezer. Later that night, it was the moment of truth. When I pulled it out of the freezer, I was still very happy that all the tapioca balls were in the same spot that they were where I last seen them. I warmed them up in warm water to help release them, and guys, not too bad, huh? I think I did pretty well with the overall look, but the real test is to taste it. Guys, it was a success. It turned out perfect. The tea flavor was more present and the tapioca balls were actually edible. Overcooking them does work. Hopefully me sharing my trial and errors with you does give you some great tips. And if you try this out, let me know in the comments below. Have a good day, guys.